So before I explain how this technique works, I'm going to make you a bold promise. My promise to you is that by the end of this video, you too will be able to create well over 366 simple posts for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter that will generate staggering sales in your business. And get this, you will never have to struggle to generate irresistible, engaging content for your social media marketing efforts ever again. If by the end of this video you still do not know how to create this simple social media post effortlessly that will generate serious sales for your business in 2020, then feel free to call my BS out on social media. Do we have a deal? I guess you're probably wondering now, why should you listen to me? I'll tell you why. My name is Tope Olofi, popularly known as Tope Rants. And for 9 years, I've led the marketing efforts for companies in the legal, travel, hair care, skincare, real estate, and healthcare industries. I've done it all from planning online content to directing their social media marketing strategy. Over the years, I've developed a simple 7-step process that helps me create simple social media posts that generate staggering sales in any business. Today, I'll teach you exactly how I do it. To make it even easier, at the end of this training, I'll share a ready-made system that you can just copy and paste, no matter the product or service you sell. Seriously, it is that easy. The first piece of the puzzle is to understand the technique behind consistently generating these simple social media posts. So let's begin. If we're to break down the entire year in terms of weeks, there are just 52 weeks, and it's the same for 2020. What this means is that there are 52 Mondays, 52 Tuesdays, 53 Wednesdays, 53 Thursdays, 52 Fridays, 52 Saturdays, and 53 Sundays in the whole of 2020. So now that we know the numbers that we are dealing with, the next step will be to theme each day of the week. Theme in Monday, theme Tuesday, on down till Sunday. Now, how do you theme the weeks? Let's start with Monday. Are you familiar with the phrase Monday motivation? Just to give a little background, it's a slogan that was circulated on social media under the hashtag Motivation Monday. The idea is to post positive message on a Monday with the aim to inspire productivity because of the widely known Monday blues. When it comes to social media for marketing and sales, the idea is to use the Monday motivation concept to create or inspire both a conscious and subconscious level of awareness. Simply take the broad concept of Monday motivation and streamline it to the products and services that you sell. So how does that work? Let's take a typical Monday motivation post. And usually it will consist of motivational or inspirational quotes such as, "Failure will never overtake me. My determination to succeed is strong." Another is, "Only I can change my life. No one can do it for me." And one that we all know, "Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better best." If you're into real estate, say your business is in the real estate industry, a great way to leverage on the Monday motivation concept is to post quotes too. However, these quotes must be centered around real estate. So I'll give you examples of real estate quotes. And one that comes to mind is, "If you don't own a home, buy one. If you own one, buy another. If you own two, buy a third." Another would be, "Owning a home is the keystone to wealth." Finally, land monopoly is not the only monopoly, but it is by far the greatest monopoly. If you're a lawyer, you could use legal quotes such as, "Without law, men are beasts. Behind every argument is someone's ignorance. The safety of the people shall be the highest law." If you sell hair care, here are some hair care quotes. "Good hair cannot stay home on a Monday. Life isn't perfect, neither is my hair." And then, "Too much Monday, not enough hairspray." You get the idea. All that I mentioned are all quotes, but if you notice, depending on the industry I was talking about, I streamlined it to be centered around that industry. I bet your next question will be, so where do I get all these quotes? Simple, Google it. So why should you theme the days of the week? Why should we start with theming Monday? Did you know that generating 52 pieces of content for Monday automatically addresses the issue of consistency? If you take your business, your main industry, or the product you sell, type it in Google, add quotes, you will see tons of quotations about it. You will see hundreds. You just need to pick 52 out of that and streamline it to your business. It eliminates the need to think on the spot. You avoid social media block altogether. This is why you need to theme the days. Because you are posting content that is not only different from the usual buy my stuff, it is valuable. It automatically shifts your position from just seller to expert. With the shift, the perception your customers and potential buyers have about you and your business is heightened. Using this simple step, your only job will be to search out, pick 52 quotes that are centered around whatever it is that you promote online. But you also need to design graphics and insert these quotes on them. Here are a couple of companies that I did this for. For Natural Glow, these are some of the quotes I used. For Grandeur, these are some of them. And finally, I also worked in the travel and tour industry, and this is what I did. In the 2020 social media calendar for SMEs, which I will tell you about much later, I fully dissect types of quotes that you can use. And I also have an entire video tutorial dedicated to teaching how anyone can design graphic templates for each day of the week. Now let's move on to Tuesday. On Tuesday, we focus more on educating your audience about the products and service that you sell. Beyond that, you can also do demonstrations or demos. You can show the different ways these products and services should be used if they do decide to make a purchase. So it's easy to guess what Tuesday will be themed as. Tips Tuesday. What is a tip? It's a piece of information or advice or an expert or authoritative information. By giving tips about the products and or services, you will be perceived to have better access to special or inside sources about whatever it is you are promoting online. Again, this simple step creates a shift in the mind of your target audience because it helps them, one, and already envision themselves as customers, even without buying anything. Two, it builds trust, and six, to start conversations with you about what you're promoting. And finally, it provokes them to ask you questions and raise concerns that they have about whatever it is you're promoting. I'll use 3 different industries again to demonstrate how this works. So, if you're into real estate, here are some tips that you can give. 3 things to know when renting your first house. 4 things to know when buying land in Ibeju-Lekki. And finally, the best areas to raise a family on Lagos mainland. If your business is about digital marketing, here are 2 examples of tips that you can give. 5 steps for writing ad copies that won't get disapproved. 4 major steps to consider when designing graphics for Facebook ads. And finally, skincare. Here are some examples again of tips that you can use. Exfoliating with sugar versus exfoliating with salt, pros and cons. Sunscreen for dark skin, yes or no. And finally, why everyone needs a 5-step facial regimen. And again, you might ask, how do I come up with these tips? One major tool that I use to get these tips is the same Google that we use every single day. I simply go to www.google.com, type in tips for hair, for skincare. You can type in tips for real estate, tips for furniture, tips for baby diapers, if it's diapers you're into. And then you take whatever, you look through, you sift through the contents, the one that appeals more to you, you take it, summarize it, and post on social media. At this stage, you can decide to get creative because we know most of the social media platforms, you can use GIFs and you can use videos. So you get creative using GIFs, videos to describe and explain the tips that you are sharing with your audience. Also keeps them entertained. With 5 more days, we have 5 more days to go. But again, if you want more details on the types of tips you can give, or you want a ready-made version of tips for your industry, then the 2020 social media calendar for SMEs is just what you need. But again, I will tell you all about it once we get through the remaining days. On Wednesday, which is midweek, things are starting to cool down or cool off, I would say. The Monday pressure isn't there anymore, and most people are already looking forward to the weekend. So I always say introduce some comic relief. I like to call it Joke Wednesday. When I first started employing this technique of generating content, I actually copied the idea from either Cracks TV or Funny African Pics. The hashtag they used at the time was Dry Jokes Wednesday. On this day, jokes, memes, and even trivia questions can be used. Riddles as well. Now, don't forget, we take the broad concept of sharing jokes and make people laugh, and we streamline it to talking about jokes or telling jokes and sharing memes that are centered around the products and services or even the industry that your business is in. So, again, I am going to switch over to my computer and I will show you, I'll give examples of 3 different industries and streamline the memes to those industries. Here are a couple of real estate memes. The feeling after buying land that doubles. Here's another. What if I told you that home you saw today and want to think about tonight will sell today to the people who saw it yesterday and thought about it last night? If you're into skincare, here are some memes that you can use. Waiting for my skincare product to magically heal me after I've spent an hour attacking every pore. Another is my reaction whenever I wake up with no new pimple on my face. If your field or in your industry is a legal industry, here's one. How a law student feels when their friends ask them for legal advice. Or, you can't afford my legal fees. It's okay, I'll work pro bono. You can get a lot of these memes just by searching Google. Type your main keyword or your main industry word, which is, if it's real estate, you do real estate plus memes. By the time you real estate plus memes, or maybe it's like babies plus memes. By the time you get so many results, all you now have to do is to sift through the one that speaks or that you feel appeals more to you with regards to your business. Those are the ones you choose. By the time you do the memes and jokes thing for more than three months, I guarantee you'll start creating memes on your own. In the 2020 social media calendar for SMEs, we have curated over 60 memes per industry, and the industries that are included there range from hair care, skin care, fashion, furniture, aphrodisiac, travel and tour, kiddies products, weight loss, food, baking, etc. I also share with you a major tool I use to customize these memes, especially for the Nigerian market. Well, let's move on to day 4, which is Thursday. I always advocate for a day to be dedicated to hardcore selling, and this day for me is Thursday. This is the only day you are allowed to be upfront and center with your pitch or sales message. Put your offer out there, put it out there with the prices, ask people to buy. And for this day, I themed it Pitch Thursday. You already have the products and services you sell, so there's really no need to look for content on these days. On this day, the only thing you probably need to work on is getting various angle shots of your products and or your services, so you can have variety of things to talk about on that day. Friday is reserved for getting to know and understand your audience. The best way to do that is to engage them in conversations. A great way to start a conversation is by simply asking questions. So I theme Fridays Feedback Friday or Friday questions. Now, here are some of the questions you can ask no matter your industry. And as you can see, we've templatized it. All you just need to do is fill in the blank. So I think we have about 3 examples here. The first one is, does dash cost dash? And how do I get rid of it? Number 2 is, what is your ultimate dash goals? And then, how well do you know dash? So I'll be using it in the skincare and maybe real estate. So if it's skincare, what is your ultimate skincare goal? Or what is the one thing you've done to your face before that you'll never do again? Name a product you can't live without. For real estate, it will go something like this. What's your favorite color for your home interior? The dash in this place is what is your favorite dash for your dash? Another one is, tell us one renovation you've done in your rented apartment that you'll never do again. How well do you know your house? Very basic questions. While it may not be easy to Google these questions, you can harvest a lot of questions from online forums and social media groups, specifically Facebook groups. In the 2020 social media content calendar for SMEs, we have over 53 question templates that you can use no matter the product and service you sell. Saturday is reserved for curated content in your area of business. This includes interview, blog posts, articles, YouTube video reviews, amongst others. If you own a blog, this will be a great day to drive your audience to your blog. If you don't own one, then share from industry leaders and other people you consider knowledgeable about the topic. Don't let the fear of they might take my business be an obstacle. The simple act of sharing valuable information with your followers lets them know how open you are to sharing. Again, this goes a long way in strengthening their belief and trust in you. Sunday is the only day you are allowed to take the day off. I call it the social media free day. You can dedicate it to being a day of rest, a day you detox completely from social media. You've earned the right to take a break. I mean, coming up with content is not that easy. Now that we've successfully gone through the whole of 2020 with ideas of what to use for our social media posts, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Not everyone wants a DIY solution. Some neither have the time nor the energy to spend their weekends brainstorming motivational quotes and tips and likes. Others are too preoccupied with more profitable aspects of their business to actually do it themselves. And some of you just don't want to be bothered with the headache of generating the content for social media. If you fall into any of these categories, then the 2020 social media content calendar for SMEs is what you need. With the 2020 social media calendar for SMEs, you will be able to easily create hundreds of posts for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter that will be generating staggering sales in your business for the entire year. In this calendar, we've done all the thinking for you. You will save hours of time and stress with the 366 days of social media content planned out for you, no matter what product or service you sell. Here's what you get inside the 2020 social media content calendar for SMEs. You get 366 days of social media posts planned out for your business. There will be 52 code templates to increase authority status in your area of expertise. You'll have 52 tip templates to increase comments and DM conversations. You'll have 53 memes and jokes specific to your business industry. You also have 52 question templates to increase engagement. You have a complete list of Nigerian holidays and other international holidays. There will be 40 holidays to celebrate on social media, ideal for Nigeria and other African countries. There will be a supplemental list of 2020 holidays for South Africa, Ghana, Kenya, the UK, and the US. And then you will have a comprehensive list of weird and special national days and observances. There will also be additional resources and tutorials to help you master social media marketing. There will be video tutorials on how to use national holidays to increase sales in your business, which I usually call holiday promotions. There will also be video tutorials on how to use Hootsuite for the automation of your daily posts. And finally, you get weekly tips and resources to help you increase your business visibility using social media. You also get 3 editable versions of the content calendar to fit your needs. There will be an editable Google Sheet, an editable Microsoft Excel sheet, and a printable PDF. If I've been able to convince you to stay up until this point, I'm almost certain you want to know how much it costs. So let's break it down. To get a social media manager to handle online marketing for your business will cost you anywhere from 25,000 to 50,000 naira per month per platform, and sales are not even guaranteed. For an entire year, you will spend a minimum of 240,000 naira. And these fees applies to social media managers who are either at the beginner or intermediary level. A professional social media manager like myself collects 150,000 naira or more. If you're a small business, then hiring a social media manager is probably not in your budget right now. So you probably attempt to do it yourself, right? But the question is, for how long will you keep up with the daily posts, stories, and commenting before the pressure of acting as product developer, marketer, accountant, customer service, and logistic agent will become too much? Then like hundreds of other Nigerian businesses, you stop posting and eventually miss out on thousands of customers you can be attracting online. This is really why I created the 2020 social media content calendar for SMEs. I'm only one person. I cannot be everyone's social media manager. I cannot create online marketing efforts for everybody. I wanted to make sure that SMEs across Nigeria have access to the money-making power of social media. For me, it's really not about the money. This is my way of giving back to the Nigerian business community. With that said, if I could offer the 2020 social media content calendar for 240,000 naira, it would be a fair price. That's how much a full-time social media manager would cost you per year. Even if I offer the 2020 social media content calendar to you at my regular fee of 150,000 naira for 366 days of content, it will be more than worth it. That's a year's worth of social media content for only 1 month's salary for an in-house social media manager. Let me correct that, for a professional in-house social media manager. But I won't even make you pay 150,000 naira. I really can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm going to do it anyhow. Because I feel like if I really want to give back, then it will require I make some sacrifices. Because you come this far, I'm making a very special offer to you. Instead of giving you at half the price of 150,000 naira, which that will come to 75,000 naira, which is really a fair price, I'm going to give you a 50,000 naira discount on that, and you get it. You get the social media content calendar for just 25,000 naira. That is 25,000 naira for content that is guaranteed to increase awareness, engagement, and sales for the entire year. Of course, it will be worth it to you. So from now until February 29, the 2020 social media content calendar for SMEs will be sold at just 25,000 naira. That's 25,000 naira to never have to deal with social media blog or running out of what to post. Let's be honest, this is a steal and you can't afford to pass it up. I'll even throw in 2 special bonuses for you. The first 50 people to purchase the social media content calendar for SMEs will get a done-for-you social media graphic template for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That is done-for-you social media graphic templates for all the days of the week, whether it's for quotations, Monday motivation, or Tuesday tips, or Thursday pitch. You will have it for an entire week, so you don't even have to bother about that. Then 2, the first 50 people to buy this will receive an exclusive invitation to my private mastermind group for small businesses. In this invite-only group, my team of experts and I will share with you social media marketing tips and tricks that Nigerian businesses are using right now to make thousands of sales online. Think about it. You can choose to take a chance at this and change your business life forever, or you can decide to always live in the what if. What if this doesn't work? My response to you is, what if it does? So click the button below to get the 2020 social media content calendar for SMEs at just 25,000 naira. And this offer is from now until February 29th, 2020. Can't wait to work with you. Bye.